Ladies and gentlemen, Erie Mason High School and the boys basketball coaching staff would like to welcome you to tonight's award ceremony for your 2019-2020 Erie Mason Eagles.
Hey Eagles, wanted to take a few minutes and send a little message. Of course, I'm in the gym here. The last time this place was packed, it was March 9th. It was a Wednesday. We had the first game of the district semifinals. Between the two games, there were about 2,000 people here at Erie Mason, and it was a fantastic day. Little did any of us know that that day was going to be the last time a basketball game would be played here in this gym for this season. I know it's very hard to end a season the way that it ended for you. We weren't able to win the championship, district championship here in our own gym. It took us a long time to get a district tournament here, so we were all very excited to have you win it on our home court. A lot of things were taken away when the basketball season had been postponed. And a lot of things have been difficult ever since then. I understand that not being able to finish a season that surely would have been won for the record books. There's a lot of questions. Was this the year we were going to be state champions? And that's very hard to deal with. I understand that having a season postponed is one thing, but then to have it canceled is another thing. To the seniors, this is heartbreaking. I think after all of the years that you spent as an Erie Mason Eagle, from playing Jebel in this exact basketball court in your 5th and 6th grade years to starting at the junior high, this is definitely not the way that the season needed to end for you. But please understand that all of the years of watching you grow and perform and get better have only made the rest of your teammates and your peers better people for that. So I thank you, seniors, for giving it all you had for all of those years. To the underclassmen and the JV, you have a lot to step up to and do in the future. Please don't ever let an opportunity pass you by to give it your all. Taking it from the seniors, they never thought that Wednesday in March was going to be their last basketball game. So you need to go forward and play every game as though it is your last. Practice every practice as it is your last. There's a lot of momentum with Mason basketball, and it's because of you that we have such a fantastic program. So don't ever take for granted a practice, a game, anything. We can learn that from this situation for sure. And it's okay to be angry about it. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve the fact that you lost, a season, maybe the state championship season, and you'll always have that wonder, that thought, was this the year? So just remember that in all of you do and everything that you do in the future, that you can use this experience as something that motivates you for the rest of your life. It was a pleasure to watch you. It was an absolute blast this season. To the fans, to the parents, to the coaches, to the players. We would not be Erie Mason basketball without you. I appreciate everything you do for our younger Eagles. Everything you do for your parents and your grandparents. They have so much pride watching you. You just stay strong through this. Understand that everything does happen for a reason. We may not always understand the reason, but the most important thing is that you made a name for Erie Mason basketball, and if it wasn't for you, through all of these years, we wouldn't be where we are today. So stay strong, Eagles, and thank you.
Hi everyone. Coach asked me if I wanted to send anything to say, and I just want to let you guys know that in light of everything that happened, this really sucks. But you guys over the last season are the most resilient, most hardworking group of kids I have ever worked with in all of my years as an athletic trainer. And it really, really sucks that I won't get to see you seniors back to play a final game or to cheer on your fellow teammates, because let's get real, we have the best bench mob ever. But it has really been my pleasure to be your athletic trainer all these years, and I just want to thank you guys for everything that you've given me, for being a part of our family here at Mason. So, good luck.
Hi everyone, Coach Isaac here. I have to bear with me as I get used to this format. It's a little new for all of us. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet here. Goal is, as it is every year, to try to get this thing wrapped up in about half the time that my father will take. So without further ado, I'd like to just get started with some thank yous. Like to thank the school administration for all the help they do getting things organized, set up before games, cleaning up after games, jumping in, run the scoreboard when needed, book, whatever. They do a ton for us, and we really appreciate the help. Like to thank the varsity coaches. I've been at this, I think this was my 4th year as a head coach, and I was an assistant coach for several years before that. But it's always good to have experienced coaches that you can go to and ask questions, when you have them, because they still come up. Really want to thank my assistant coaches, Clay Canellis and Jake Allen. It's crucial to have guys that you can count on to be able to step in and run a practice, see something that you don't see. Especially with my job, I sometimes I just can't get there, and it's good to have guys that I can count on to handle everything while I'm not there. Want to thank Lauren Rowe, our athletic trainer. She's always does an excellent job, whether it's just getting guys ready to go or holding them together with duct tape. She does it all. So she's been a huge benefit to our program for several years, and every single year I'm just so grateful to have her doing everything that she does. Want to thank my wife. It's not easy it's not easy having your husband be a lawyer as well as a basketball coach when you have a 2-year-old running around the house, but she manages to do it extremely well, and I couldn't take the time to do this if it wasn't for her. And finally, really foremost, I want to thank all the parents letting me as well as the other coaches coach your kids. I know I say this every year, but it's a hard thing, when they're on JV, because most of them can't drive, so you got to get them to and from practice. It's a big time commitment, making sure that happens. So really appreciate all the help and all the time that you put in. Looking back at this year, very successful year. Started out a little rough before Christmas break. Started out 0-2. But after that, won 16 of the last 18 games to finish with a 16-4 record. Best as I can tell, by ourselves, first place in the league. They don't really do championships for JV, but I think that's got to count. I keep track of it because just how it goes. And did that with a young team, with a new team. I thought this year was a season for growth. Every year I go into the year and tell the guys, 2 main goals. Develop as players and win basketball games. And the player development always comes first because it's a JV program. You're trying to get them ready to play varsity. So that's always the main focus for us, but we want to win games as we do it. Fortunately, this year we are able to do both of them at the same time. So always good when you can do that. Coming into the year, I think this is the first year that I haven't really had many guys coming back. Even my first year coaching, I had been an assistant, the year before that, and we had a few guys coming back that kind of knew what to expect. This year, we only had one, so it was really a brand new team. Guys had to learn how to play together, learn what the expectations were from the coaches, learn what just how the level you got to play at when you're on JV. It's that big jump up from middle school, and then you got another jump up to varsity. So I think it took a second, but they got it. Some highlights for the year. We had games where we held teams around 30 points on defense. It's been a point of emphasis for us for several years now, is really instilling a culture where you take pride on defense. I was able to run man-to-man for the first, a lot of man-to-man for the first time as a head coach this year, which was very nice. We ran it very well for a lot of stretches. We had the single highest scoring game that I've been a part of at JV basketball. I think we put up 89 one game. It was a really fun game to be a part of, just watching the guys go off like that. Just watching guys develop over the course of the year it really is the most rewarding thing that you can have as a coach. And then watching guys, and that doesn't just not just as basketball players, but watch as they develop as people. One thing that was really nice to see this year was guys kept competing throughout the year. We had 16 guys on the roster for a good chunk of the season, and you can't play that many guys. You wish you could play them all every single game, but it just with 32 minutes you can't do it. But guys still came to practice every day looking to work, and they did that, knowing that they might not get in the next game, but they still worked hard anyway. It was a battle for playing time, for spots in the rotation, and guys showed up and they made each other better regardless. A couple guys I want to point out. A couple sophomores, Jaden Seipert and Matt Kuzno, both did, I thought, a really excellent job. And being in and out of the rotation sometimes, they still came and brought excellent effort for throughout the year. So I wanted to acknowledge them for that. A couple other guys just to highlight. Casey Brown had an excellent year offensively. He's the first freshman that I've had as a captain. And I was really happy with the stuff he did. He knows I got on him all year about his defense, but he really started to pick that up near the end of the year as well, and I expect big things from that kid. Trevor Cam, Alex Langendorfer, they both had up and down years offensively, but they never let it get to them, and they added things to their game over the course of the season. That was the nice thing to see. I thought Alex became one of our best defenders. Trevor's defense improved immensely, and he was rebounding like crazy by the end of the year, which was really, really good to watch. And Tate Gill was the surprise of the season, I guess. I knew that kid was going to work, but Tate, man. Million years I didn't think you'd end up being the shooter that you were. That was absolutely incredible to watch. And a knockdown shooter throughout the year, and that was a ton of fun. And you deserve every bit of praise that you get, because Tate is one of the hardest working kids I've ever been around. Really respectful, and just thoroughly enjoy coaching him. Going forward, I think this group's got a lot of potential. It's been nice watching year to year how much we've grown as a program, because there was a lot of years there where we would do a really good job on JV developing kids, getting them ready for varsity, but the wins just weren't really coming around. One thing that my dad always tells me, usually right before he pulls up one of the freshmen or sophomores that I'd like to keep, is that they don't judge you based on your JV record, and I agree with them. But I do think it is a sign of a healthy program, a program that's moving in the right direction when you can win all the way through your program, and that's really where we've gotten to the past couple years. Largely because of the efforts that coaches in Jebel and middle school have made. We're getting guys who know how to play the game in high school, so it's fun having guys come in and have an idea on what they got to do. But I think this group going forward, as they continue to learn and grow and play together, they could be a lot of fun to watch. There's a ton of talent there. Like to see what we can do going into a new league next year. It's a new challenge that we got to be ready to step up to. So again, just a really fun year for me. Hope the guys had some fun in between all the work that they were doing. But a lot of good things to remember. A lot of things that we can build on. So I hope that I always kind of end on this one. One thing that you never want to hear as a coach is when you get back to summer ball that, Coach, I haven't touched a basketball since, the end of the season. I hope guys are encouraged by the year that they had and look to build on that in the off season, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day working on stuff. I know you guys got plenty of time to get stuff done right now. A little bit of time working on your game, not gonna hurt. So look forward to seeing everybody in the off season. Hopefully we can get in the gym a little bit this summer. But until then, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Had a ton of fun coaching you guys this year. And again, I just want to thank everybody involved. Really appreciate the time and effort you put in.
Hey guys, this is Coach Liedl. I'm just wanted to say how much I enjoyed this season. You guys were awesome. Seniors, we're really going to miss you next year. With all you guys' hard work and dedication, guess I'll start with Bryce. I just loved your discipline and your hustle. You came back from last year's injuries to be a leader on the team, and we really appreciated your leadership. Jace, you were just great for the team. We're so happy to have you out. You pushed everybody around, made your three when you had a chance, and I really enjoyed having you on the team. JC, what a hustler! My gosh, had you since you were little, and I'm sad to see you go. The way this ended really stinks, but you were a big reason for our success and how hard you worked. It was awesome, and I appreciated how you just gave everything you had all the time, and I'll never forget that. And wish you all the luck in the world. Walker, what can I say, man? We came a long way. You were unbelievable. One of the best three-point shooters this school has ever seen, and it was just really awesome to see and be part of that with you and to watch you grow and mature. Zach, awesome to have you. It was a bummer you had to get sick. You're pushing for playing time, and I'm gonna miss you a whole lot. You're just awesome to have you around. Great person. We really loved having you. And then Joey, it's got to coach him since he was in diapers, and that's going to be hard for me seeing him go. But he set an example here at Mason, and Joe, I think it's going to carry on for a very long time. So great job. And to everybody else, we're looking forward to next year. We'll get through all this, and we're going to be better on the other side, no doubt. Stay safe, stay home, and I hope all of you continue to get better and do whatever you can do to help your families and all that. Coach Skaggs, great job this year, and all the people involved, Kelly Trainer and Andy Shaw, and just everybody that helped. We appreciate everything, along with the announcers, our cheerleaders, and everybody. It truly takes a community, and we work together. It's sad the way it ended, but everybody's in the same boat, so let's make the best of it. Great job, Eagle Nation, and we'll be seeing you soon. Bye.
And now introducing the reigning Monroe County Boys Basketball Coach of the Year, 2018-2019 Division III Boys Basketball Coach of the Year for the state of Michigan, Head Coach Kevin Skaggs.
Well, hello everybody. This is not the normal award ceremony or end of the season review that we normally do, but we think you're going to like it. I'm going to take the challenge from my son Isaac and try to keep it shorter than his. So bear with me. Hopefully you're all safe and doing well. We certainly miss you. It was a very difficult way to end the season, but obviously there's a lot more important things going on right now than basketball. But nonetheless, we're going to take a few minutes here to just celebrate the great accomplishments that you've made and that this team did, as well as our JV accomplishments. What a wonderful year they had as well. We're going to start off by thanking our administrators. I can't say enough about Mr. Shaw and all the hard work he's put in to our school, particularly in light of our recent academic awards for our school. The turnaround has been nothing short of amazing. So again, we thank Mr. Shaw for his support of academics and athletics here. Ms. Trainer, we want to thank you so much for all the hard work and effort that you put into your job. It's a thankless job. I've been involved in it for a long time as well. I was an AD at one point in my career. It's very, very difficult to keep everybody happy, but you do a great job, and just thank you again for all the effort that you do behind the scenes and all the effort that helps us just to coach and do the things that we do best. I can't thank Lauren enough. You're the best trainer I've ever had. You'll continue to be the best trainer I ever have. Really a hard way to end a tremendous year. We really didn't get a chance to see how far all your work would take us, but it certainly took us a lot farther than it would have had you not been here. I forgot to mention Mr. Bates. Again, Mr. Bates, you do a great job. We thank you so much for everything you do for the school. Also to be willing to help us out whenever we need you. We don't want to miss too many people. We know when you start naming names, you always miss a few, but definitely want to thank our support staff, our bookkeepers, our scorekeepers. We thank you so much for all the work that you do for us. The last person we want to thank is Doug Donnelly, who does a great job getting the information to the media outlets. He does a great end of the year book that we're going to be sharing online with you, so you'll be able to download that and have that as a souvenir this year. I want to thank Hoopsters for all your efforts, your money, your time, and all the good work you put into it. Our program coaches, middle school all the way through, Tyler and Stevie, I can't say enough about the work that you've put into this program. As players and now coaches, we're so proud of you and the efforts you put in. Same thing with Isaac and Clay and Jake Allen. Wonderful job. Thank you again for your work this year. Tom Banichowski, been with me since day one. Again, I can't say much about Tom, except he's the most consistent guy I've ever had on my staff. So thankful to have him here. He's willing to do anything it takes to make us better. And of course, Coach Lidl, Brad, we've become very good friends over the course of the last 8 years, and we know that this program has greatly benefited from your generosity as well as your coaching expertise. And I think we both agree that we know we're better together, so we want to keep that going. And again, thank you so much for everything you do, Brad. So we wanted to do a little year in review. We knew last summer that this team was going to be special. Going over to Ferris State and coming in third out of 30 teams, same way up at Lake Superior State, finished the same way. Everything that we thought about the group 2 years ago when we made our run to the semifinal, we felt about this group, provided that we could get the inside game that we knew we were going to be lacking in when we lost, John and Brian due to their size. But Walker played a huge part in that. We'll go on about that a little bit later, but having the inside presence between Walker and Dylan and the hard work they put into it really, really helped us this year get to where we got to. Continuing to go through the workouts into the fall. A lot of you guys came and did a great job through those, getting stronger, working on your game, just improving in general, but more importantly, getting to play with each other, which we knew was also going to be something we had to work on since we lost 4 starters from last year. Our scrimmages with Detroit Loyola, Detroit East Point, Detroit Public Safety, Pewamo Westphalia, those scrimmages prepared you for what we were going to do, not just in the regular season, but we knew that gave us the advantage going into the regional, which unfortunately we never had a shot at getting to. But according to Mick McCabe, who kind of followed us this year, he's a great sports writer up in Detroit. He indicated that we had a great shot at getting back to the quarterfinals. And the question they had was, could we beat Hanover Horton? And of course, we're always going to say, yes, we would. So, but those fall workouts really led us, and those scrimmages led us to anything that happened during the season, we were prepared for. It took us to back-to-back LCA championships. Now, that had never been done before. We actually won the first outright championship in the LCAA in 30 years last year. The 2003-04 team had won a share. And this year we wanted to win another outright, and we didn't want to share. We don't like sharing. So we managed to get through the year 13-1 and won it outright. We also felt like our district title was going to happen with another game against Blissfield, and we felt we were better than the teams coming into the region. So we'll never be able to know that, but this year's 19-3 record, it's going to have an asterisk on it. Kind of marks what 63 other teams in the state had that were in Division III. They're like us. They finished the season on a win. All the teams that were left were 64 teams to that point. So we were among elite company. Our record over the last few years has been 42-6. That stands up in the elite category no matter what level you're at. Something to be very, very proud of. It's not done by just one player, one coach. It took everybody to buy in. It took some to sacrifice. It took some to step forward. But it takes everybody to accomplish anything great. We had some great moments. I want to go over a few of those. I'm not sure you could ever forget the 3 that Walker put in at the buzzer. Joe found him in the corner. I'm standing right next to him at Onsted in the elementary gym that we played in. And a forced overtime. Joe put up 54 points in that game to break the school record, but I think that really showed us that this group was going to just refuse to lose. And that game catapulted us into another level of play. Tanner's full court pass to Aiden against Dundee, and he found Bryce standing in the corner wide open. Bryce hit the biggest 3 of his life to put that game into overtime. And then to follow it up, Dylan makes a key screen on Tanner's guy, so Tanner can drive it right to the basket with just a second remaining to beat Dundee in the game at 1 overtime. Just a great win. Great win. Camera shook on the other bleachers. Everybody was jumping around after the shot went up. So, and we did love the LeBron impersonation after you scored that bucket, Tanner. No problem doing that anytime. The other one was the great possession. It actually made the Monroe Evening News where the ball came off of a rebound, got thrown down to the corner. Joe passed it to Walker. Walker found Tanner. Tanner found JC, and JC threw it to Dylan cutting to the basket for a wide open layup. That's only the second win against CC we've had in all the years we've been playing them. But I know when we stepped on the floor, we didn't feel there was a doubt that we were going to win that game. Just so many wonderful memories that we made this season and over the last 9 years. To the seniors, I want to say well done. You took the challenge. You made it another year to remember. You did it from day one. You worked all the way through to the last day. As hard a working group as we've ever had here. Walker, what an amazing transformation from your junior to your senior year. You're one of the biggest reasons we were able to win a lot of these games and win another LCAA title. I do believe we still could have gotten through to the quarterfinals at least, or maybe even a little further, based on your rebounding and your incredible shooting performances, particularly late in the season, most notably against Onsted and CC. Just tremendous effort. JC, you're always that tough, hard-nosed guy. A little bit hard-headed too, which is what we love about you, but you fit right in with me, Coach Little. So, you know, you're stubborn, and that stubbornness helped you become one of the best defensive players we've had here. You're still one of the toughest guys I've coached in 32 years, whether college or high school. And one thing I always like to say about you defensively is what makes you so great. Nobody wants you to defend them. Nobody enjoys having you on them. So great work. Bryce, you fought through every adversity thrown at you the last 2 years. When we brought you up as a sophomore, largely it was due to your work ethic, your shooting ability, and your attitude. All those things just make you the young man you are. You improved almost every area of your game this year. I really do believe you became an overall a better athlete by hard work, doing all the things Lauren had you do. You just did a super job, man. I appreciate everything about you. And you're one of the guys the bench mob is going to sorely miss because you celebrated everybody's success, and that's just the way it should be. Jace, such a hard-working guy. You're extremely coachable. You're a wonderful teammate, great person. We loved having you back this year and the effort you put into everything. You made us better in practice, which is key. That's why we were tougher inside, I think, just because you had to bang on us daily and you made people better. That's the best compliment you can get. You just make people better. It was a joy to watch you nail the threes when you got a shot at it outside. I'm not sure a lot of teams thought you could shoot it there, but we all know you can. So wonderful job. We certainly appreciate you too. Zach, your season got cut short a little bit. We want to thank you for your hard work, your willingness to come out and give it another try this year. It means a lot to us to know that you trusted us enough to come back and give it another shot. And we're so happy we kept you. And I don't think anybody's going to forget soon those threes you made in games when the crowd erupted. And it wasn't because they didn't think you could make it. I think it was because they knew you were going to make it. And you have an incredible shooting stroke. It's fun to watch you improve, and just thank you for you being you. Joe, I don't know what to say. I had a coach from Lansing call me a couple days back, and he congratulated you and I for the recognition we just received. But one of the important things he said to me is he said, you might get 2 or 3 guys in your entire coaching career that can do the things that you've been able to do, and that we should take the time as coaches just to sit back and enjoy them. I got to tell you, 99.9% of the time, I enjoyed absolutely every second with you. Every second with you. I don't think there's ever been a player that I've enjoyed 100% of the time, but you were awful close. And a lot of it was because your willingness to become a better overall player. You're always asking for what it was going to take for you to get better. And whatever challenge we threw at you, you accepted and took on whatever role it took to make us the championship team that we are. So again, Joe, we thank you so much for everything. To the rest of you guys, I want to tell you how much I really enjoyed working with you. I know Coach echoed that before. I do feel the same way. You're all very, very great people, very coachable. It's been a joy to be with you. I'm looking forward to the returning guys next year to keep things moving forward. Things don't stop just because people graduate, as we found out over the years, and we know you can leave a mark as well. So, Dylan, Tanner, Aiden, Chris Worden, Chris Lemley, Gage and Spencer, Lucas and Blake, you guys got to keep putting the time in. You're good athletes. You did a great job. All of you improved in some way this year. Sharp learning curve when you get to playing in more of a higher level of ball in Division III when we were playing at the tougher teams. You can see the areas you need to work on, and all of you accepted that challenge and continue to work on them. I guarantee you that if you'll make yourselves bigger, faster, stronger, that the coaches are going to put the time and effort into over the summer and into the fall to help you get to the highest level that you can possibly reach next year. And I think that can be substantial as we move forward. Now, just for a few recognitions and a few awards, I would like to mention that we had a number of players make the recent publication in the Monroe Evening News for the county leaders list, which included Joe. You were probably in almost every category. You are our region scoring leader, among other things, in every category. Walker was in the scoring and rebounding category. Dylan Worden was in for block shots, field goal percentage. He was second in field goal percentage, which is outstanding, and in rebounding. Tanner, you were in for assists and steals. You were just a little bit behind Joe as the county leader. Joe led us in assists. He also led the county in assists. You were just right behind him with 4 a game. You did a wonderful job with that. And I just want to congratulate all of you guys. Just way to represent the program, way to represent the school and our league. We thank you for that. Joe was selected first team all-conference for the 4th year in a row, all LCAA. Walker was selected to the second team, all LCAA, and for his outstanding effort. Dylan made honorable mention. A lot of coaches mentioned that you did a great job working against the larger post players in our conference, and we just can't thank you enough for your effort and know next year is going to be even better. Yesterday, Joe was named to the Associated Press Division III Boys Basketball All-State Team. He was listed first team for the 2nd consecutive year. We want to congratulate you for that, Joe. It's no small feat. Averaging 30 points a game, you led all the people who were on that list in scoring as well. So just an outstanding accomplishment. Walker was named to the Monroe County All-Region team, as well as Joe. Joe will be named Player of the Year. That publication will be coming out on March 16th, but I wanted to put that in here largely because you've earned it. You deserved it. I don't think there's any mystery to it. You broke the county scoring record. You've scored 2,202 points, which breaks the likes of Magic Johnson, Charlie Bell, and Brad Redford. You were just a few points behind. All of us oldsters recognize the name Antoine Jobert. Was called a judge back in the day. He played for the University of Michigan. So had you had the few more games that we could have been, you would have definitely passed him. But what an outstanding accomplishment, Joe. And you were only 6 threes away from the state record for the most career threes made by anybody that's ever played since the three-point shot came in. So, and that record would have fallen to you too had we continued to play. But congratulations to everybody that's made those lists. For our awards, I don't think there's any question that the most improved player has to go to Walker Willis. Walker, I had to say early on, the transformation that you made physically helped our team tremendously. You became quicker, faster, stronger, The only hole we had in our game last summer, we felt when we competed against the top schools, was rebounding. And you more than helped out in that area, as well as becoming a better defender. But your scoring ability was outstanding, particularly late in the season this year. You hit the numbers for the most part that I established for you during the summer, and we're just so proud of the effort you made. But Walker, congratulations. Definitely turned yourself into a serious ball player, and we thank you as you go ahead with your future. The Coaches Award, it could have been anybody. A lot of people could have got this award, but this award's going to go to Bryce Miller. Bryce, a lot of times people say the Coaches Award goes to somebody we don't know what to give them. That's not true. You know, we look at the Coaches Award as somebody that kept things together, kept the team together, the glue guy, the guy that does the little things, willing to do the things that make the team better in every capacity, no matter what it is, and no matter when we ask you to. You're that guy. You know, if you don't keep it going, fighting through the adversity you felt, you fought through with the injuries that you had, to come back and put in great minutes this year, make key plays for us, this is a different season. So we just want to thank you, and we know this whole journey would have been a lot different if you weren't part of that, or if you didn't have the attitude and put the effort level towards being the consummate team player that you did. So again, we want to congratulate you and thank you, and wish you the best too as you go to Albion. The best defensive player, it's got to go to JC. All it's got to be is this is a guy nobody wanted guarding him in practice, in games, and I tried to list a few guys that you shut down all year, but it's too long. So every opponent we had, we knew that we would put JC on them, and JC would stop them and frustrate them, and you did. And that happened for the last several years. Now, on a good note, I'm going to slide a little zinger in there because Aiden's following in your footsteps, okay? Nobody likes it when he gets around him either. So you've really passed that gene down. That's good DNA, so keep that up. Just an outstanding career. Thank you for your effort, JC, and we wish you the best. Most valuable player, I don't know what to say, it's not a secret. Joe, you're the most valuable player. You've rewritten every record in Mason that I can think of, as well as most of the records in the county. Still with all your talent, one of the greatest things you did this year, particularly when your talent in terms of relating to scoring, was to be the county leader in assists. It just showed you wanted to get everybody involved, and that you did. It helped us make that run, I think, after the Summerfield game, all the way through to the end of the year, which I know would have continued all the way through to Breslin. But Joe, you've been a tremendous leader and player and contributor to our program. I just can't say enough about your leadership and your effort, and you're the guy that's always in the gym. And I'm hoping next year that there's still guys at the end of practice that I got to kick out and send home, because that's how you get better, and you did everything you could to make us better as well as yourself. We just wish you the best as you go to Detroit. We also will be there with you to support you. We're always here for you. You're always going to be an Eagle, so thank you for all your time and effort, man. We're going to get the hardware to everybody as soon as this thing gets lifted, so we can get things to you. But right now we've got to concentrate on, we've got things to get ready for next year. We got big shoes to fill. We move to the TCC next year. We really think we can be extremely competitive right away in that league. I'm going to schedule some tough non-conference games, so we need to be prepared for the season coming up. Once things straighten out, we'll get to you, let you know when we'll be able to get back in the gym and in the weight room. In the meantime, get out there, do your work, put some time in, shoot some baskets at home, put some ball handling in, do the little things you know to do to get better. One thing you can do is always get a little bit stronger. So just do the workouts we gave you, and we know that you're going to be ready for next year. So with that in mind, you guys stay safe. Make sure that you take care of each other. Be a blessing at home. Help your folks out. Help your brothers and sisters out. Do the little things to make your home better and make you better. So stay safe, and go Eagles.